Now let me show you. I've finished glue mine on and it looks really pretty. Now when you do cut your waterfall, the size that you need, it is 5 7/8, and then the length is to whatever you want. But I've cut mine 6.5, and then I score at the half, and that fits in there perfectly. So when you put your waterfall in, then let me just get that point in. So you're bringing it a little bit up. You see there's a gap, so well, this is up to you. What I prefer is I take it that it's just 1/8 of an inch gap showing there. I hope you can see on the camera. Then when you turn it over, you see your pattern here as well, your decorative, and then you see a little bit of your black showing that's going down on your flap where you score it. That's perfect. So then that will open and close very easy. Now I am going to cut another piece of this, but it will be probably too long. But what I'll do is I'll cut it the same as this one, and then I will let it be hanging over, and then I can trim it evenly. Then it's even with the paper at the bottom. Let me do that, and then I can show you. Now let me show you. That is, this one goes in there, and then that is this, the first one. And that is your 2 waterfalls. Now in the first series, the first album we made, we cut with our craft knife, we cut our pieces out so we can put our waterfall paper in. This die does exactly the same. If you want to have a decorative piece, a more bigger piece than this smaller one that we just used, then that is what you can use. That is what it's made for to do. But this way it's as easy, and it also looks very pretty. These pieces is what we've cut out. Don't throw them away. I don't know if it's going to be, if we can use it or what, but you never know. You might need a little strip to fill in, and then we can use it. I will just put that with all the ephemeras. Now I'm going to glue mine down, and then I can cut the bottom one to size, and then I can show you what it all looks like when it's finished. So I just want to give you a tip. I'm not going to put glue on the flap. I'm going to put glue on my paper, because this space here is very big, and I want to cover some of that with the flap, and I'm just going to bring it up so that there is just literally a hair showing, and that's why I'm just going to put glue on this side. And I'm going to use this one because it does clean nicely. And I'm just going to do a strip of glue. That's all we need. Don't over glue it. And let me see where it is. I just want to Bring it up a little bit more and make sure that it is even. I always use the grid line of my craft mat. It's a good guide. So that's why you need to have a little bit there so that you can fold your flap. Right. I think I'm okay. Just gonna burnish it and let's see. Yes, I'm sure that looks all good. Now let's do this one as well. Let's bring it up. That's it. Those flaps just needs to be lying flat. Now, let's see if you fold it up. And let's clean the glue that seeped out. That's why I like this glue, because it cleans up very good. Okay, just want to see. And this side. Yep. Yes. Now I can go down and I can trim it. So there's two ways that you can put it in your trimmer and trim it down. Well, I'm just going to use my craft knife and I'll have it level with my ruler. As long as there's no purple showing, then that's fine. And that's cut evenly to the bottom of the paper. Let's see, that is very good. Let's round the corners. Oh, I just need to close the glue. It always seeps out. And my corner rounder. Okay, so we're just going to put this aside so that all can get dry. And this is the other page that we're going to work with. I found an off-cut piece, and let me see, that is 4.5 by 8.5. Now what we're going to do, it's going to come on the side here. And we still got some nice paper showing on this side. But I think I'm still going to cut this. 4.5 is a little bit too much. I'm going to cut it. Let's cut it down to 4 1/4. Yes, I'm going to cut it down to 4 1/4. That looks better. 4 1/4 looks much better. Now it's still, that's it. Now what we're going to do is bring it over. You can put it in your trim or on your scoreboard if you want to, and score. And I'm just going to make a pencil line and a pencil line, and that is where I'm going to score. So let's see. Just going to put that, and make sure I am in the groove, because you can jump. And let's do the other side as well. Slowly for your first score line, and then you can, because the dent in your paper has been done. Right, that should fit our paper. What we do now is let's put our glue, and we can glue it down. And bring it over. Level or even with the edge there. So we're creating a pocket, but also where we can put photos on top, because that's wide enough. Okay, so we're just going to do a line of glue. Bring it over. Make sure we're even. Just gonna move it. And that's all good. We can do this side. Now this is the piece that we've cut off, and that fits perfectly with a little bit of black showing. And just decide which side. I think I'm going to do it this way to have these patterns in these, a nice butterfly. And I'm just going to eyeball it, make my pencil mark, and I'm going to take it to my trimmer, and I'm going to trim that down. This is nice glue, but if you don't close it, it seeps out. Now we are going to get some more black paper. Now I just want to see. This is another piece of cut, and how wide is that? And it's gonna cut. Yes, I think that's gonna be perfect. So this will be 3 3 3/4, So we're gonna have to cut. So what I want is a waterfall on this side here. And let's just, I'm just gonna do a score line first, because this might be long enough as well. So we need to cut 6 of these ones, and let's measure. They are 4 1/4, and you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. The other side is going to be 3 3/4. So where your score line is, and we measure that, that should be 3 3/4. So this should be a square. You need 6 of them, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the first one, and we will glue that on and make sure there's a little bit of a border showing all around. If you want to, you can make a pencil mark and a pencil mark. That is your first position. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to round my corners, and I'm going to use tape. If you've got no strong glue, you can do that. I'm going to use tape, and let's cut it off, finish it, and I'm sticking over. Oops. Just gonna lift it just a little bit. Sorry for that. And we're gonna go to our pencil marks, and that is that corner and that corner there, and I'm gonna hold this to take that off. Okay, so what it means is I'm straight. That's what we need to do. We need to get it even and straight. Now we can follow. The waterfall is in, and I literally eyeballed it. I'm telling you, that's what I did. So what I'm trying to do is the space in between here, I try to that is even. They might not be very spot on even, but they will probably be very close to be even. And now you see it lifts up, so we need to get a closure for it. And I think I'm going to use ribbon. I've got seam binding that I can use, or let me see, I've got a lot of offcuts, and yes, I've got that. Is that length? Yes, let's see how much or how wide that is. That is 2 2 3/8. 2 3/8. And I think that is more than enough. And let's cut this in half. So I'm just going to do to my, I don't need my paper trimmer. I can cut this by hand. Let me just make a mark. And that's the middle. Just eyeball it, cut it. can go like that. Now that's right. So let's round these corners as well. And that one. And we can do it this way. Now let's stay with the first plan. Always stay with your first plan, isn't that right? So I'm going to take that 1, 2, 3 to my third waterfall, and then I'm going to bend that. Now because that is thick, we're going to have to do some more score lines, and I'm going to score on where I've bended, and then I'm going to go 1, 2 knots on, and that's on the 1-inch mark. So it's the 2 score lines, and I'm going to do it with this one as well. I just want to see if I do that over there, where this one is going to go. Okay, I'm going to bring that one level with the first waterfall. I'm just going to do a pencil mark. That's where I'm going to score. And score 1, 2 knots on. I just want to get my pencil mark off, and let's finish on our score lines. Okay, so that is what we've got. That one just got a bit of fluff from the paper, and we're going to do it this one as well, and over there that one as well. Okay, and that is the second one. So, and this one at the bottom. Right, so what we need to do, try and get this in the middle of the black. Okay, that's what we need, the middle of the black, and turn it, pinched it, and I did move. So what you need to do is bring it up to your first score line. So first score line from where your flap starts, and that one I'm going to use tape. So I'm just eyeball here now. Let's finish. Take the backing off, and you are over like I do, just rolled it in, and let's burnish. And then that will go backwards, and let's do this one. I think I am going to cut a piece off here because it's way too much, and let's do the score tape. It's so much easier. got some fluff. Okay, so that's going to be the first score line. I moved. Okay, as long as you can see your score line there and the other one goes underneath, that's fine. I'm going to bring it a little bit more up. Bring it over and let's burnish. And that is what it looks like. So we will use magnets and lift it up, and that's it. So our waterfall on the pocket is done, and this is the paper that I've got left. I think that is the only piece that I've got left. So what I want to do is I want to cut pieces that's just fit on the bottom here, and if I can get an inch out, an inch wide, and I need to get 6. So let's see if I can do that. And it should be this way. So I need to get, no, it's going to be half